All right. Welcome to The Blunt Truth. I'm your host, Todd B. Harris. I'm here with my co-host, Nathan Davis.
What's up? What's up?
And Jamie Gruber.
Hello.
Hello.
Very good.
All right. So for the first time, we're actually going live on YouTube also. So
Congratulations.
yes, I figured out how to do it, and we had to have two cameras rolling, but
You figured it out.
see that? That's shady. That's shady. Give us some credit. Yeah, we were trying to do this forever, so
You did figure it out.
So, how's everything?
Everything's going pretty well. I enjoyed the show last week. I didn't have the opportunity to be here. I really enjoyed the show.
I must have been funny because you weren't here, but I didn't. I forgot.
I had a long weekend and everything like that. So I went to Tallahassee.
Yeah?
I had a very, very good time. Yeah.
Just make sure.
I had my part. I'm for real. That's why I asked. I was not sure.
Okay.
I don't do Florida at all.
When you down there, you're supposed to ask.
That's why I asked the question. I didn't know. It was a show.
There's never a dumb question.
That was kind of.
But I just had to.
I just wanted
I had to
throw that out.
reassure myself that I was
That's all.
thinking the right state. That's it.
And you political paper.
Geography,
The capital
public
of
policies, not the same thing.
It's the state capital, though.
Yes. If you want to run one of these days, then you do it for
I'll have a team that lets me know this is the capital of each state.
The guy that just almost won, wasn't he from Tallahassee?
Who?
What's his name? He ran for governor?
Andrew Gillum?
Yeah, isn't he from Tallahassee? He's from Tallahassee.
I know he's the mayor of some city of Florida. That's all I know.
I think it's Tallahassee. I'm not sure, but okay. The future of our country.
Oh my God. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Geography
I'm
is not
scared,
my
man.
strong
He can
suit.
tell you how to fill a
I'm
pothole, but he
scared.
can't tell you where Tallahassee is. So
Oh,
one's more important than the other. So I'll
Asked.
take the pothole. You did ask. We'll do that. So tell me about Notre Dame. You were talking about that earlier. What's that?
oh yeah, during the Chicago Fire today. Sad. Chicago Fire today.
Is that the school or like is that a church?
That's
Or?
what it's people.
Okay.
Okay. They said they lost to Forest, which is one of the oldest, the tops of Notre Dame, from my understanding. The reason they call it the Forest, from what I knew, because a lot of the wood came from the forest, a lot of oak. So they lost that, but they said all the towers are still standing in the fires. I still don't know as of now how it started. But it's one of the oldest churches. Cathedrals too, as well. I've never been. I always wanted to go.
I don't. You don't know what Notre Dame is?
So is it pronounced Notre Dame or Notre Dame?
It's Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
It's pronounced the way that people pronounce it.
So you were there before?
No.
Oh, you have?
No. I just know it.
Oh, and where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
It's in France.
France.
Isn't there an American school called Notre Dame?
From Korea.
University,
And where's that?
Indiana.
From Korea. Notre Dame is in Paris, France. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So that's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
I can relate to Disney movies.
See, I knew it was in France, but Tallahassee.
You don't remember Tallahassee,
Yeah,
but you know
I know where that.
that's all that matters. It's all the young people.
Okay, so our topic today is we talked a lot about dating and relationships and all that. And last week we did a show on domestic violence, and that was actually really good. So today I thought we'd talk about dating within your station, and I'm not really looking for reasons why people date or that need for dating. I'm looking at long term. If you're dating someone that maybe have different family values, different social level, maybe different tax bracket, you make more money, that kind of thing. Does it affect your dating, your relationship in the long run? I think I put that up earlier. doctor today just to give some clarification, because everybody has their opinion about what their own idea about what their station is. But I'm not saying a doctor can't date like a janitor or that kind of thing. I just mean, I was kind of thinking that if you are highly ambitious and you're going places and you want to do more, and you're with someone that's real complacent and doesn't really want to do anything, is it going to work in the long run? If you're constantly betting yourself and educating yourself and you're kind of standing still, is it going to work in the long run? What are the dynamics of that? So that's what I was thinking about.
I mean, there's so many different levels to that whole topic. When I thought about it, that's why I texted you and I was like, that can go so many different ways.
It can. That's why we open up people's
minds. Somebody might have the same income level as you or above you or below you, and y'all might click, and that the income might not be an issue, but then like politics might be an issue, or your social values might be an issue, or how you parent might be an issue, or something like that.
And all that matters.
So, it does.
Can you work through it? Or I was reading an article earlier, and this girl was talking about she really liked this guy, she really wanted to work. But then when she got to his house, the families were so different that she found herself being very judgmental, and then she felt like they were judging her too. So eventually the relationship didn't work just for something as simple as the family and having different beliefs and a different family kind of structure.
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about it because Ron and I I kind of watched Crazy Rich Asians. That movie that came out. And it fits the topic so perfectly because you had a girl fall in love with someone that didn't really know his prestigious background. And the family was not necessarily welcoming her into the family because he wanted to marry her. As you do know, like every true love story, it worked out in the end. But she really had to defend herself a lot just to get respect or only on the respect of the family, because they thought she was a good, but she came from a poor background. So I think this is a good subject, especially when you're dealing with relationships. Is it taxing on the relationship sometimes? I believe so, because I've known people that have been in relationships that the partner has made a whole lot more money. And the person eventually came to issues, and then I hear in some relationships people just they don't have a problem.
As long as you're bringing something to the table, or you're saying money probably wouldn't be an issue. I'm not. From my perspective, it's like if you don't have. Like I told you guys, I was going out with this guy and his idea of shopping therapy was Family Dollar. And that kind of... Well, exactly. There's nothing wrong with Family Dollar. I'm not saying that.
There's nothing wrong with the doorbuster.
But I'm just saying, if you're calling me and you're like, oh, I'm just tired, I'm doing some shopping therapy, and you're walking around Family Dollar, that's...
I'm not laughing because
that's not.
I am. I'm laughing because
it's okay.
Shop therapy from Family Dollar.
It's okay that he does that.
Not Marshall's, but Family Dollar. Okay.
It's okay that he does that, but I just felt like it just wasn't me. It wasn't, something that,
it wasn't.
It was Family Dollar.
Really shady?
Yeah, I am.
I'm just repeating what you said.
I absolutely am.
Why?
I feel like I know what you.
We already know.
We already
know
your taste. So if somebody was like, "We going to shop it," and they took you to Family Dollar, you would be pissed off.
Pissed. He won't even get out of the car.
He would be like, "Who's going in here?
What is this?"
That's what I'm talking about.
Why is this building here?
But that's what I'm saying. You have to know what you can handle and what you can't handle. So if that was a situation and I liked him and we got serious and that kept coming up, it probably would be an issue because we don't do that.
That's not your
right. So it's okay that he does it. I'm not saying that.
People will hear you say that and be like, "Oh, they bougie." No, that's just that's what they prefer. If I had millions of dollars, you wouldn't catch me in certain places. Just period. I probably won't go to those places now, but I'm just saying, like, you can't be mad at people for having certain standards.
Right. But
Like,
is it
just
necessarily a standard, though?
Yeah, it is
Because
a standard.
you have a lot of wealthy people that you probably don't even know that are wealthy that still like to go
But
still
There's nothing wrong
what
with
I'm
that.
saying
Yeah,
is
that's fine.
either is fine. You can't be mad at people for
Right.
saying I don't shop at Family Dollar because I don't like to shop at Family Dollar. But if Family Dollar, cool.
Right, and it wasn't just that. Once that mind frame, there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with that mind frame, and it just turned out that the things that we did not have in common became an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it wasn't even more so me. It was, him. It was just like, all that and all this, and that's what comes up. I was like, you don't have to buy what I buy for myself.
You can't get mad at people for having the taste that they
know.
have. If they can afford it and they ain't bothering anybody, who cares?
Right.
Money won't get
Look at some comments because we're actually trying to make more effort to.
This was weird. Been working on it. A little issues over here.
So we're going to be looking at comments on a regular basis. So that's what we're trying to do. And
Let him do it. He's a tech savvy guy.
making fun of me.
Family Dollar, not here. So I'm just kind of the Marshalls person. Keep it right here.
I like Marshalls.
I love Marshalls.
Marshalls is
It's a
great.
beautiful place when there's not a lot of people there. It's I hate shop. Drives me insane.
Okay. Brandon's saying opposites attract, so it should not be that much of an issue. I believe it's our own preconceived notions that prevent the relationship from progressing. Okay. Love Family Dollar. There's nothing wrong with Family Dollar. In fact, I went there a couple of weeks ago and bought up. I didn't believe that. I don't think it was Family Dollar though. It was Dollar Tree. If that's another word, right? Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
So it was, but everything was a dollar. Okay, well, we went everything was a dollar.
Oh, maybe they changed it.
So
or is it a dollar base, like $5, $6, $7?
No, everything in the entire store was a dollar. Everything.
Wow.
And that's Family Dollar?
Oh, it was Family Dollar or Dollar Tree or Dollar General. It was dollar. It had dollar in it.
Because the Dollar General is not really the Dollar General.
It's not.
Okay, so this store was off North Druid Hills in that little shopping center, and it had dollar. I don't know if it was Dollar Tree or, but everything in the store was a dollar. That's my point. Everything. So I got a lot of knickknacks like cleaning supplies and things.
Oh yeah.
You can only spend $3 or $4 for it. And I think that's great. I think a lot of senior citizens utilize Family Dollar in different places for that to save money. There's nothing wrong with that, and I won't ever say there is. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's get that straight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that mindset was the precursor to a lot of things, other things that we didn't have in common. So, so that's that's why.
Well, I'm just trying to get a handle on this because you didn't pursue or didn't continue the relationship because his expectation of wanting to spend money was outside your expectation.
No.
Okay.
It eventually didn't work because, and it really wasn't me because I did give more than, it wasn't just that situation. So I did continue after that, but there were other things that we just didn't have in common, and it showed. Mm-hmm. And you guys, my facial expression, I can't really hide anything, and it just became an issue, and I guess that one last facial expression was enough, and it just didn't work. And it doesn't work, and you guys, I feel like I'm alone.
Well, I don't think you are.
But yeah,
it's like when you, like say you're dating someone, and you come from a really really respectful family that sits down and eats dinner, and they're all nice to each other and talk about issues, and you're dating someone, and then they take you back to their house, and it's all just a bunch of cussing and screaming and yelling and that kind of thing. I mean, certainly you're gonna be taking that. It might be an issue. So So that if he brings that into the relationship and that starts treating you that way, it's going to be an issue. That's where social issues come in. Different, you have different upbringing. So you can like the person, you can be attracted to the person, you can really want things to work. But sometimes things do step in. The opposites do attract, so they say, but I guess it depends on what the opposition is. What are you opposite of?
Right.
If you're opposite politically, that's fine. You can have discussions about that and debates on a regular basis, But certain things, like I look for how people talk to their mother. If you have, I don't think that, I think the relationship that people have with their families, if they have abusive, if they have abusive family, I look at that. The way that you interact with your mom, the way that you, that's a big issue for me.
The whole family dynamic, how you, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. But I think for any relationship, obviously, you're not going to throw the monies and the billings on the table on the second day.
Right.
I believe, obviously, there has to be steps to get there, right? And if there's already, a commitment level there, and, you go to this next commitment, and then we start talking about, okay, an apartment, or a house.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the things that you put up with when you're dating, if it gets serious, like, okay, so we did this while we're dating, so we're serious, we love each other, blah, 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 we get married. So now we're married, or engaged, we're getting married, and the stakes are higher.
Right.
So the things that you dealt with when you're dating, can you take that into a marriage and still put up with that? And I know they say be careful what you do before you get married, because it's going to continue, but it's still a different mindset. Because whatever you're doing, even education-wise, if you want to continue your education and become better than you feel like you are, that's one thing, you go down that path. And if you're dating someone that's real complacent, that's really content on what they're doing, and you're constantly learning and experiencing new things, and they're not wanting to go along that ride, can you handle that? Is it going to be an issue?
So you're saying you not I don't say tolerate, but you would look past certain things in a dating phase that you wouldn't look past when you're married?
I'm not saying me in particular, but I'm wondering. I'm wondering.
You're asking if people do that.
Yes, it's a different.
I was going to say because
the stakes are higher.
Why would you? Because the whole dating process, the point of it is to see how people are before you even make, in my opinion, to make that level of commitment. So if you're overlook stuff that you have an issue with in dating, why would you even consider marrying that person? If you overlook those issues and think the marriage is going to work the way you want it to, it doesn't make sense. If you're so, I think
they have a magic wand.
I'm not saying marriage is not a different level of commitment, but it's still a commitment. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. So if we're dating, or not even dating, let's just say we're just in a relationship. Right. If we're in a relationship, I mean, the only difference between a relationship and a marriage is legal statuses, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if I'm not going to overlook things because we're only in a relationship and then bring it up when we're married.
Well, how many times have you heard people say, well, I was hoping he was going to change? I was hoping that marriage was going to change.
But see, I think that's the
Why do you think that's the
Because if what I'm trying to say is, if there's an issue, I think it needs to be addressed. I'm not saying every issue needs to be addressed, but if I'm dating somebody and I notice they don't tell the truth about stuff all the time, not necessarily they lie, but they might give like details. I'm just giving an example. If I know that while we're dating and I continue to date that person, even though I feel like that's a big issue in my mind, but I'm saying, oh, we're only dating, so I'm going to keep going, why would you then progress that to a marriage level? And then say, well, we married now, so now we need to address it. You see what I'm saying? Why don't you just address it in the dating?
Well, that's a totally different topic. Things like that, yes, that needs to be obviously addressed. There's a lot of things that you can communicate to your partner during the courting process, the dating process, and the different steps of the commitment, right? And so, for example, just like you said, Tyler, if I'm in school and all my money is going towards school, obviously it's quite obvious that it's going towards school. I may not have the extra funding to go to, it's a holiday, a special couple holiday, and let's just say, I don't know, what is kind of a expensive restaurant here. Preachy. go to preview. So, you know, my partner may want to say, you know what, you've been working hard. You deserve this. We deserve this. And that's taken care of. And there's that understanding. But if I'm letting my partner take care of every single thing, okay, what are you doing with the, you know, I think that subject can come, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And I don't think right then and there you think about, oh, marriage. Like that. I think there's steps to get to that point. But everybody kind of goes into a relationship a little bit thinking, you know what, you have your flaws. Of course. Everybody has that mentality a little bit. I can maybe coach you, train you type of mentality. Not necessarily change, but coach you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, we want for people to mesh when they get into a relationship. That's fine. But you know, what you do at, let's say you get married at 25 or 30, you know, your aspirations might be a little bit higher because you know we change on a daily basis. So you know, whatever, like how many stories you've heard about ladies helping these guys to med school, and then once they become doctors, they don't. That happens a lot. You know, you're with them through the bad times, and you're helping them. You're working extra hard while they're in school, and then as soon as they get their medical degree, you know, they want something different. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's kind of more the lines of what I'm talking about. It's not so much I have a better job than you or I make more money than you. It's how you grow and move together. Excuse me. If you're not willing to grow and move, is it going to be an issue later on? Because I'm continuing to grow and learn and get information and do things differently, is it going to be a problem?
I think it will be a problem.
Yeah. And
you have goals, aspirations, and you're intense and you're passionate about not only individually, but couple-wise, and you have the other person not willing to budge in any kind of way, there will be a problem. It's always going to be a problem, I think, for any kind of relationship.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's his fault, because that's who you got to the relationship.
Right.
So this is a person that, you know, you fell in love with at the beginning. So they were on the couch doing this when y'all fell in love. So you can't be upset that 5 or 6 years later.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. If you notice certain patterns in the dating process and you decide to then move into a relationship with the thought that, well, we're dating, but if we get into a relationship, I can fix this person, you, to an extent, played yourself. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is you can never change someone unless they're willing to change. So if it's certain things I see about somebody in the dating process that I feel like I cannot look past, because there's always going to be something in somebody that you be like, oh, I don't like that, but it's not a deal breaker. You see what I'm saying? But if you overlook stuff that you know would work and you continue to progress with this person and get to higher levels of commitment with them, then I think you're being delusional. That's what I meant by that. Like, if you know you have issues with things in the dating process, you need to address those things before y'all go further. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, you know, sometimes things come up, things change a little bit. You might start out with the same things in mind and being, you know, doing this and doing that. But then at some point, you know, you change. You want something more.
Right.
You know, so you might decide, well, you know, I'm sick of this job and go back to school and do something different. Or, you know, there's all kinds of things that could come up. And, you know...
I do agree. And that's where I was going.
Yeah.
You know, because I still have a friend that was pretty much almost making 6 figures, but he just was not happy in his role, in his job. And he wanted to go into a different profession. Yeah. And he knew that profession was not going to pay 6 figures. It was going to be a huge cut, but it was that passion. He communicated that with his wife. Wife understood that, you know what, we're going to have to change some things right now. We have 2 kids. We have to do this. I want you to go back to school because I can see that you're coming home from work and happy everything. That communication, that's where it starts. They have the goals were already there, right? And so now he's in his, you know, living in Knoxville, Tennessee, in his job, loves it, not making us 6 figures like he used to be, but he loves his job and wife understood, man, they're awesome. But they had to sacrifice something, right? I think that's where I'm coming from. I think if the communication is there if your partner sees that you're working and you're burning yourself out, I don't see any problem with, well, I won't be, yeah, the Family Dollar kind of scenario. I don't see anything wrong with that, but because the communication is already established. In your situation, if you're just loosely with everything, you're sitting on the couch being a bum, no goals, no aspirations. Oh, I still like you. The sex is great. I know you bringing in some kind of money, but you're not looking to improve. Yeah, you're not. That person's not changing.
Okay, so let's look at it a different angle, because we all know that everything that someone is not going to show at the beginning. You know, every little habit, every little thing that they do is not going to show. You know, it might, once that honeymoon period is over, they might slam the toilet seat down every time they use it. leave the lid on the trash can open, and every time you come home and the house smells like garbage. I mean, it's just like a lot of little things that didn't show up. There's a whole, there's things that happen. Yeah. And you have to decide if you can put up with it, because I do have pet peeves, and one of them is the trash can being open. I hate the trash. Do not leave the trash can open. Exactly. It's a foot pedal. It goes up and down. You don't even have to touch it. Just put your foot on there, open it, put it in the trash, it'll close by itself. If it doesn't close by itself, give it a little tap. It's just little things that
So what is your biggest pet peeve? I just want to know. Other than the garbage can, what is your biggest pet peeve in Family Dollar?
Family Dollar is not a pet peeve.
Okay, it's an anger moment.
It's just not my thing.
Luxury shopping.
It's not luxury. Okay, so what is your biggest pet peeve? Because you went up 2 octaves.
When I lived with Trey, every time he would always leave the trash.
He called him out again.
Because Trey and I had years together, so I'm just saying, and Trey and I don't date, but we were living together for a long time, and he would always leave the trash can open. His thing wasn't supposed to close by itself, but it didn't. Put the lid down. Just push it down. I'm just saying. Why did you come home and the house smells like garbage because you left the lid open? And then leaves. So he's gone to the gym, and the trash lid's open, and it's just, yeah, that's not okay. You bring somebody, you have a visitor, and the first thing they smell when they come out is garbage. And it may not even need to be taken out. The lid just may need to be closed. I'm just saying. It's small stuff. And I think the big stuff, you might be able to handle a little bit better. Mm-hmm. It's just those small nitpicky things that might get to you. Like, I don't have a lot of them. I mean, I can't think of anything off the top.
The trash can is obviously, it's on your shoulders. Right. It's on your shoulders. Let me tell you.
Right.
That trash
don't
can.
buy orange juice helping it. Who does that? People do.
People like that.
There's a thing that says no pulp. Yeah. So once we discuss it, I don't expect to see any pulp in the refrigerator. Right. It kills me. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think I have.
You don't care.
When it comes to juice, I mean, it's juice.
Right, but okay, so you like cranberry juice, say, and he always buys orange juice, but you don't drink orange juice, you drink cranberry juice. So he goes to the grocery store, he's like, honey, will you bring some cranberry juice home? He brings orange juice home.
With a heavy pulp.
Every single time. Every single time. The solution is to go get my own juice. But, you're at the store. We talked about it. You're going grocery shopping. Bring home some juice with no pulp in it. Right.
I have my pet peeve, but this is making me laugh. This is awesome. I'm sorry for laughing so much, but this is awesome. Because I have my pet peeves that, but, oh my God. But when it comes to a relationship, what I truly look for, as I've gotten older, is, obviously I have my weaknesses. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully my weaknesses are my partner's strengths and vice versa. And so that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I would take it a whole different way.
Mm-hmm.
What you say.
What is that? sexual.
It sounded sexual.
I was not talking.
I'm saying it sounded.
I was
weaknesses. I have my weaknesses.
It could have been perceived as such. If listened to.
This has nothing to do with sexual
weaknesses.
It has nothing to do with sexual definitely. You know, well, I guess it could now that I think about it. So
this is the way you said
I'm not talking about that.
Well, we can struggling. Yeah, shortcomings, you know, that kind of thing.
I don't know about shortcomings, but
so he got the ice cream.
What?
I was just saying, I was giving you an example.
What does ice cream have to do? What ice cream?
The way.
Do we need to talk offline? You never know. Never know. No, but in the relationship, I always try to. It's good to have somebody that is stronger in areas that you're definitely
absolutely,
and vice versa. So the little things, as far as like maybe leaving the trash can open, it's going to bother you, but it's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? I think. Oh well, hopefully they won't. You know, and that's the key too. It's progressing. It's learning together. It's becoming united, becoming one, basically, in the relationship. And I think you know, we move too fast because we're wanting that so bad. 1 minute we want it, the next minute we want it.
Well, you know, the reason why I even went out with it per se, because I am bad with finances. Mm-hmm. I am horrible with money. Mm-hmm. You know, so whoever I get with is going to be, their strength is going to have to be saving money or budgeting or that kind of thing, because I'm not good at it. Mm-hmm. You know,
I mean, and I feel like this guy tried, but he wanted to go on the shopping spree with Family Dollar. You said absolutely.
But you know what? I'll give him credit because he is good at money. He always has.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why, because he shops at the Family Dollar.
And you know, that makes sense. It could be the reason why he probably had more money than I do. And you know, that's fine. But it wasn't just that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Right.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Because the idea was that he said that he did maintenance at the airport. So in my head, you're working on planes, you're doing something. And whatever job was fine, I was cool with that. You know, so okay, so I had misunderstanding and he kind of misled me because he kind of supported what I was thinking. He didn't say otherwise, but okay, let that go. But then it's just other stuff.
It was just a trickle down effect of
a
lot of old not necessarily lies.
It ain't a lie,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going deep enough.
You think that you work on airplanes and actually tell me
I do aeronautical maintenance.
Right.
Cleaning things. Nothing wrong with that. But
that's just
you said aeronautical maintenance.
And in my mind, we're thinking that
you fixing engines and
wings and all that. Not only do I get that buddy. Wow. Okay.
Never got to the plane.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I think in terms of, you know, relationship finances. Is it taxing on the couple? Yes. It means like 2 years ago, the number one statistic with divorce was financial.
Isn't that always been the case though?
No, it's still
financial. That's been like that forever.
And so I think
people get divorced over finances.
Yes.
Not agreeing.
So now you're divorced, and now you have to pay more money. But now you pay more money.
I mean, imagine
child
being
support or
imagine being married with somebody who's. I'm not saying that it's like in the world, but who just mismanages finances all the time. Right. And you're supposed to be married, and there's going to be you want anything about it, and now you got it. So, or we aren't making enough money, and it's stressing us both out, and that's causing us to clash.
Okay, so is the money together, or is it still separate?
That depends on the couple. Because some people have separate accounts and joint accounts at the same time. They'll be like, "Well, I save this a bit, I save this amount, but then in our joint account, we still share our money."
Right.
So it's something I personally would probably do that if I got married. Because at the end of the day, can't have all my coins.
This little expression.
Can't have all my,
all my.
Gotta have a little mistake somewhere.
It's always
Yeah.
good, you know. It's part of
Gotta have your own somewhere.
I always think it's very healthy to, to have something to do. Your partner has something, and then you have something together for growth.
Sure.
And that could be vacation. That could be, hey, we're going to utilize this for that. It took me a while to, I'm not going to lie about it, it took me a while to understand and just realize, hey, I'm just sick and tired of paying bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of you paying bills. And obviously, when you said we're debt free, that is the goal of mine. Huh?
Is there an alternative to that?
What?
Being sick of paying bills?
No.
So
You're just sick of it. until you
So
pay
I think that.
it. And then you got to pay more bills. Well, you can do about lives,
I don't have
too.
no bills. In my head, I feel like bills like that going on.
Go back to school, Bill. I mean, it's coming.
I'm just sitting there. Yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking that relationships, marriage, and all that is a. I mean, even though it's you still married, but all that stuff, it's also still a business arrangement because you want to be able to buy a house,
Yeah,
and
that's
get
what
cars, and
That's an
have your finances together and stuff like that. And if you have a partner that's wanting to build that empire and get information, be educate himself or herself to make that happen, and you have one that's not willing to pull the load or even change anything. Those are the kind of things that, in the long run, I believe, will cause a problem.
And I think a lot of people are still embarrassed. I don't think everyone is just going that route. I think a lot of people are scared. Like you spoke, like, I'm horrible with money. How many people can actually say, I'm horrible with money?
I spend a lot of it.
You're going
I'm
into a
good at spending
relationship. Yeah.
I'm good at spending it.
You're going into a relationship, boom. Babe, I'm horrible with money. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Now, it's going to be up to you if you still want to date me, but I'm horrible with money. Is now the door is open. Okay, thank you for telling me. Now I know. Well, babe, I'm good with money, so this is what we can do. I'm going to teach you how to do this. If the person's accepting, that's winning the battle.
Or you have
right?
some couples who basically say this person will control the purse.
I
know people like that.
Exactly. I had a friend.
Yeah, you got your own money, but like the bulk
Yeah.
of your money, they give it to their
Yeah.
So that way the essentials get taken care of, and whatever they spend on their own, it doesn't affect the house.
I've even known couples that have an allowance, give their partner an allowance.
Preach. That's what I'm talking about. Just take the money, give me an allowance, you pay everything else, start saving stuff, and let me just do what I need to do.
Do what you need to do. But then again, some people is that pride thing. It's like, you know what, let me take care of my stuff first because you took care of yours. So I'm taking that as a challenge. Like, God, it's great that you're coming with this. I want to get where you are, so I'm going to go take care of this myself. I'm taking care of this step by step. So then, boom, it's time. You know what? And this time is, you know what? Now we can take these fancy vacations. We don't have to worry about this and that. And I think that's probably, and I'm not the 100% relationship guru, but I think that's where you start having great communication, great relationships.
So let's take a step in the right direction because we have a friend, in my direction. He does, like, I talk to him about doing kind of I don't know if it's a financial plan or a budget.
Yeah.
It's still kind of in the air, but we're going to get together and do that. And it sounds like a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a really good idea. It sounds like something. Am I going to do it?
Are you going to stick to it? It's not do it. You're going to do it. Are you going to stick to it?
That's where the whole discipline comes in. I'm aware of that. I'm just, and it kind of sounds like an excuse, but it's not. I'm impulsive. Like I was at work the other day, and I was flipping through. It was like YouTube or Facebook, where they had little sales and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a couple shirts that I liked, and I'm flipping through it. I bought them, and I really didn't realize that I did it. So I got the email. I was like, oh, I just bought those. And I'm flipping through it, and just.
So what happens if your partner, you all have a joint account, partner goes and looks on, the website, or he gets a ding in the email or text, So and so just bought so and so on Amazon for $43 something. How would you feel? How would you feel about that? You need to write that up. I want to see that. What is that? Patina? It's a little bright. That's all.
Yes, David, I realize that I am impulsive, and you know this, and you know. Actually, you're supposed to be here. I'm not sure where you are. But yeah, I am impulsive. I'm trying to work on that, and it'll help. And so you know, we can work on that and whatever. But I just I'm bad at it. I am. I'm really bad at it. And,
it's okay.
Brandon loves Family Dollar, and that's okay too. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Family Dollar. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, you know, doing maintenance at the airport. There's not anything wrong with any job that you have because you work to do your life. There's nothing wrong with that. I would never say there's anything wrong with people working. You know, that's great. You know, every job is important. Everything that everyone does in the workforce has a purpose. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm simply saying that even outside of work, because it doesn't really matter what you're doing as long as you're bringing something to the table and we're trying to move in the same direction.
Right.
And that's a great thing. But we have things that, certain ways that we were brought up that kind of make us who we are. We have interactions with our families that kind of make us who we are. We have our own life experiences that make us who we are. So we're in the dating game, we're getting to know each other on the honeymoon stage. We're working towards getting something serious. You know, we need to make sure that when we tie that knot, that all these extra things are going to come out. You know, communication is a part of everything, but still we need to get a good understanding that, okay, so right now, this is what we're doing, but these are our goals, and we have those goals together, yes. So we can work towards achieving those goals. Let's get married and say, well, you know, I changed my mind. You know, I'm just going to sit here. That doesn't work. We're going to do that. I mean, it just doesn't work, you know. And that's how things get out of hand. Yeah, I mean, that's how things get out of balance. We don't want that. We want to keep moving. We want to keep motivated. We want things to go well. And that's where the issues come in. You know, my parents, I've heard my dad say a million times, I give your mother enough money to pay all the bills.
I'm just giving your mom enough money to pay the bills. Right. That's all she's going to get. Nothing else.
but she worked too. Most of my parents worked. My dad was always like, I gave your mother enough money to pay all the bills. I couldn't say that a million times.
So whatever else she's spending, you don't know nothing about it.
I can't even speak on that.
That's your family now.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I took from it. He basically saying I cover the bills, so whatever she does outside of that.
Yes.
She worked, that's her job, that's her time.
That's
how I took it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know exactly what he meant by that. In my head, I'm thinking, you know, she's anything like me, but I think that's right. She's probably spending a little bit more.
She got cut off. That's what he wanted to do. You got cut off. She got cut off.
I just heard him say that a lot. I'm not sure exactly what he meant by that.
No, I think you're right. I think, and as I was saying, I think if you have a goal in place and things like that, I think you're going to be fine. It's when there's no motivation there. It's when, you know, you want to take the next step and there's still no motivation there. That's where the relationship is going. Mm-hmm. I see nothing wrong with it. I understand people have joint accounts. That's what you do. That's how you choose to do the household. That's it. I'm a firm believer in joint. I'm a firm believer in individual. I'm a firm believer in together. But still, at the end of the day, you still never know what's going to happen. Are you going to be comfortable if something was to happen? Can you hold your own if something was to happen? Furthermore, I also think, like, okay, I understand for this time period, you were forking a little bit. Now it's time for me to take over. So if you need to go back to school, if you need to do that, I'm in a space right now that I can take on a little bit more than you. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful to me, as long as it's not abuse. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when, I guess, we get out of our own asses, so to speak, as far as, you know, we're embarrassed to talk about financial, because there's a time I was embarrassed to check the credit score. I was embarrassed to you know, because I felt like I was just being judged because I was not bringing enough money to the table. And unfortunately, that relationship, you know, the blessing didn't work out, but I was always penalized for that. And I was working my ass off. But I always felt, since I didn't bring in what you brought in, I'm penalizing you because I feel like, to me, you can do.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't feel like you make enough money, what's the solution?
You go try to fix it.
Okay.
And you still never measure up.
Is that internal?
It's never
Or is that something that's expressed?
Ooh, that's expressed. That was expressed.
Okay, well, you're on the spot.
I got out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
I mean, a beautiful spot now. Beautiful.
What dude is saying? He said, as long as the house runs great, he doesn't care how much money is spent. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
As long as the household's running, he doesn't care how much money is spent. You know what? That's my dude. Kudos.
No future, retirement, nothing. Just
no. That's already set.
That's already set.
You know, that's
so that's part of the household.
That stuff takes care of itself. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That stuff takes care of itself and a pension. So that's
You be in heaven, wouldn't you?
right. I mean, that was my
you better
job.
pay for that.
My job is already set in that aspect, like long-term stuff. So I'm talking about, you know, the pair of shoes I want to get tomorrow, as opposed to something. You know, I'm just kidding. So,
You know you know.
something to think of. Really, it's so shady today.
You. I'm learning.
Okay, so
I'm
we're
learning.
gonna dig a little bit deeper.
That's a little bit deeper. Besides finances.
No, because because you said a word earlier, yes, and I think this is bougie. How do you know?
Bougie. Yes.
Is that really a word?
Bougie. Yes. Bougie.
Okay.
It comes from the word bourgeoisie, which meant upper class, like upper elite or whatever. That's whole Marxism.
So
I can't talk about this because I've never been part of that class. I've never wrote first class, upper class in my life.
But see, that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. People call me bougie, and
Why?
they assume that I have certain things that I don't have, just by the way that you might carry yourself, or if you don't accept certain things, or if you say, "Oh, I don't go here, I don't go there," "Oh, you bougie." No, I just don't like what you like. That don't make me bougie. Like, I wish I was bougie for real. Really, honestly, truly, I really wish I was. Like, literally bougie.
So I think so let's go deeper. Where does your friends go that you would not go? How
The
about
club. I don't go to clubs, period.
Like just any club?
Any club. I don't go
Dog
to
bar.
none of them. That's
None of
not my type of atmosphere. And there's nothing wrong with clubs. I just know the kind of a person I am.
So
This is not-
where would you rather go?
Where would I rather go? Maybe to eat and hang out and chill. If it's a particular lounge, like maybe a lounge where you can chill.
Oh, you talking about dance club?
I'm talking about like clubs, like
Oh,
yes.
So and your friends would say, "Oh, you too bougie."
Or they call me an old man.
Oh,
I get that all the time. You an old man.
Old
I-
soul.
Old man I am.
I don't think
So-
that I
uh-oh.
don't like to.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I'm not.
Go ahead out there.
Go ahead.
You're already there.
I mean, yeah, you already.
I hear that word a lot. I hear that bougie word a lot. I hear what's the other one, civility and uppity, all those things, and that's, you know, I am who I am, so I don't know care what people say or stuff like that, because that's not, because really I have a good heart, I'm a good person, so I know that that's, you know, all of that stuff. If I am that, it's just for me. Like, I wouldn't put that on anybody else. It's like I like the things that I like for myself,
And that's how I
and I
am.
don't ever expect you to buy that for me, because I can buy it for myself. You can buy me something, but you don't have to buy that. I'm just saying.
Not from the Family Dollar, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we gonna keep talking about that.
I got you on this.
There's nothing wrong with Family Dollar. Let me just put
I
that out
know,
there.
nothing wrong.
Because they're always packed.
Sponsor,
There's nothing wrong with Family Dollar.
but
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, so, and I'm not talking about myself, but if you come from one of those kind of families that has lots of money, and
the elite class.
yes, and then you're trying to go blue collar, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of things that I'm talking about, like dating within the station, because if it becomes, is it going to become an issue because this person wasn't raised the same way that you were?
Yeah.
When you introduce to your family, you know, your family's all dressed up for dinner, they're all sitting down at the table, and
you're coming in the casual.
You know, you coming in with your best jeans on and, you know, your best sneakers, and everybody else is dressed up. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be an issue.
I think if there is a willingness to, I don't want to say accept, but at least be open to how different people live, then it'll never work. Because I've been around all kinds of people. I've been around poor people. I've been around very rich people, and you can only be yourself and just try to absorb as much of their culture as you can and learn about it. And I think I don't want to turn this political, but I think, especially nowadays, you know, there's like this attitude that if somebody's rich, then that's a problem. I don't know if I'm being too generic, because I mean, you have a lot of political candidates talking about the upper class of the 1% of the leader, the rich people. They literally say rich people and name as big. Like, you know, of course there's, you know, academic reasons why they say that, the income equality, all that stuff, which are valid concerns. But you can't demonize somebody for having wealth if that's what they have, if that's what they grew up in. I'm not going to not be somebody's friend because they're wealthy, or say, oh, I don't like them because they got money. Well, they have money. They have money. What does that have to do with anything?
So do we use the word bougie when they are concerned with that? If that would be truly,
be honest, if I were to be 100% honest right now, I feel like people who call people bougie are envious people. If I were to be honest, because it's like if you made $10 million a year and you could afford a certain lifestyle, I'm pretty sure you would do it. And you wouldn't want anybody to call you bougie because you could and say that you feel like you're better than some people. It's not that I feel like I'm better than you. I just can afford things that you can afford. That's not my problem. That's your problem.
So is it?
You shouldn't make me feel bad for being able to afford stuff.
So is it more attitude than?
Yeah, it's envy and jealousy. I've never been jealous of a rich person, ever. I hope today to be rich myself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So why would I be mad at you because, however you got it, hopefully legally, that you have what you have? I hope that I'm at a point in life where I don't have to worry about money ever. Right. So I don't see the problem with that. But I'm not about to be like, oh, they think they all that. No, they don't think they all that. They're just living the life that they can afford to live.
You think that they think they're all that.
And you want to be them. So that's why you have an issue with them. You don't know this person from anybody. You don't know this person at all. But they think they're everything. No, they don't. They're living their life the way they want to live it, just like you're doing it.
And the funny thing is, the wealthy people that I know, they're not showrooming. They're not going into stores and buying all of this stuff that they can afford. They just don't buy it. You know, the people that I know, they're not walking around with all these designer handbags and designer shoes and all these designer outfits. I mean, they're just not doing that. I'm not saying that there are those that don't, but I'm saying that they do. But the ones that I know, they don't do that. They're very modest. You know, it's just. It's all.
I think it's based off of attitude versus behavior, and how we respond to that attitude and behavior is where I think the bouginess comes from, because we think this person is held at such an elite status, and I just don't think it's just what you buy and what you have as far as riches. I think it's that behavior / attitude that goes along with that. Well, so if you walk in here and you're going to judge this place, that doesn't make you bougie, I don't think. What makes you bougie is when you don't want to have any kind of association whatsoever unless you meet me on the same playing field as I. Which means if you're going to buy the Gucci, I'm going to buy the Gucci, and I'm going to try to up you. That, to me, is elite status amongst bougie. I think you're right. There's a lot of people that have riches out there and wealth. You know, and there's people out there that are poor that consider themselves wealthy. I know that doesn't really make sense, but I get it.
Brandon says attitude versus behavior. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's attitude versus behavior. So, and I think that's just not only with this topic, that's with a lot of topics as far as leadership, who's a follower, who's not. And we can go on and on. That's one thing I talk about outside here relating to work.
But you can't judge somebody because of what they choose to do. It's like when I go to, I mean, I don't mind going to a club, but I don't like hip hop music. I don't get into it. I don't know it. It seems like I'm always thrown into that situation, and then all my facial expressions start to come out. And everybody's like, well, he's not having a good time. He looks like he doesn't want to be here.
But they don't say, oh, Todd is bougie. They say he doesn't look like he's having fun. He doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. But they don't say, oh, we think he's elite class because obviously this club is above him. I don't think they say that. I think they say, oh, he's just not looking like he's having a good time. And so instead of that person walking over to you, don't look like you're having a good time. What would you like to do? We can go somewhere else. Now that's where it could go, but nobody does that. We just stay in our little, well, look at that over there. Yeah, he thinks he's bougie because he wants to up. That's what we do. That's what we do. Not gonna lie about it. And so, but that doesn't make you bougie.
I never.
You don't like clubs. Your friends they enjoy going.
They go to clubs all the time.
I don't think they look at you. They call you old soul, old man, right? So they probably just want to ask you just so you can let your hair go. Oh, you found and came. Oh my God!
I don't think everybody has their own standard of what they want to do.
Right.
Everybody has their own design of what they want to do. I personally don't like going to clubs, and I see what is it that I've been seeing a lot of lately? The city girls flopping their ass all around the screen. They're all over the place. They're in the mud. They're on top of cars. They're rolling on the dirt. They're hanging from balconies. I mean, they're just flopping all over the place.
I'm just mixed up.
I literally said
That's the city girl there.
Like,
oh, is it?
Right. Just appropriate word of fish is flopping.
Right. I don't get into that. I mean, I'm not hating on anybody that does, but I personally don't like that. I don't understand it. I don't get into it. But the people that know the music that I listen to, they probably call me like Satan or something. I've been called that before. They listen to Nine Inch Nails. So I mean, everybody has their own thing that they like to do.
You gotta do
Satan.
You gotta do
my music is dark. I like haunting kind of music. All the sound. If you listen to the lyrics, then you understand it. But people listen to the sound and the feelings they get when they listen to it sometimes, and it can be kind of
intense.
I knew you liked the City Girls, Brandon. That's right up your alley. But
The City Girls.
yes, but no.
You too.
No.
What are you?
Sights to behold.
I do not.
I went to a party and
I see it enough already.
my other friend
I see it
Brandon,
enough.
whom I love dearly, he had a birthday party a couple months ago. And I had a great time. I really had a good time. But on the screen, there was Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and the City Girls. That's like all that was on. It was just like one video swapping after another. And
This is a group.
City Girls.
City Girls was a group.
Oh, I thought it was just girls and
But one of their members is in federal prison. So she's not a part of the city.
I just turned into TMZ.
Okay, I was on a totally different. When you said City Girls, I literally thought like you just took a bunch of girls out of the city, put them in the bar.
No,
it's a rap group.
Oh,
do they rap?
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I did not.
I
I had no
They
clue.
rap.
All I saw was them dance. They have on all kinds.
I really don't have to go with this.
Have you ever listened to
I don't know
You
who.
know what Trina is?
Yeah.
You don't know.
I do. I know what you mean.
Oh, you do? Okay, so it's kind of like it's that style of female rap. It's like
Was she the one
it's
that
rhymes,
the
it's
milkshake brings all the boys to the yard?
No, that's Khalees. That's not Trina.
What?
So you don't know Trina.
I told you.
Okay. So
was I close?
You know what? You just honestly, you said you do not like hip hop. I don't listen to it at all.
He said, "Yeah, I know Trina."
So this is, I'm used to this right here. This is phenomenal. This is comical.
Well, no, yeah, it's a female rap.
Now, for me, I really didn't know.
Let me
City Girls.
clarify a little bit. It's not like I don't like hip hop because I do like
I'll wait.
what's his name? He sings. I heard it the other night. Is that last night? Puff Daddy. He did that last night song with
Oh, that's Dirty Money. That's not Puff Daddy.
no, last night.
The group is called Dirty Money. It's not Puff Daddy. That's a group.
Oh,
It's a group. Yes.
Is he in the video?
Yes.
Okay.
It was him and Keisha Cole.
Yeah. That's I like
Dirty
that.
Money.
I like some Nas.
Well, no, that was Puff Daddy. He wasn't in Dirty Money at the time. So you're a girl.
Trina is the baddest booty. I like Nas, and I have Jay-Z's Gold album. Haven't listened to it, but there was
The one
something.
he did with Kanye?
I don't know. Is Kanye on there?
It's a gold cover, album cover.
I downloaded
It's like a gold album.
What is this a test?
I mean, you just throwing out people.
Because I have the CD, so I mean,
You might be talking about Washington.
there's a song by Pharrell that Jay-Z does, the Pharrell on there. That's all that. So yeah, but okay, so trap music. That's what I don't understand. I guess is it trap music?
Trap music.
That's probably what I don't.
It's
I
a
think
style
I
of
like more
music
hip hop.
and within the rap. Right.
So I think
It's
it's
called trap music.
It's what again?
Trap
music.
T-R-A-P.
Trap.
Trap house, like drug house.
Like house music?
The house where they
Yeah.
sell drugs is called a trap house.
Oh.
So there's a genre of music that's referred to as trap
The
music.
three blackest men in
Because the
America.
rappers are all former drug dealers and they make a particular sound of rap music. See, I'm here for a reason.
Right.
You knew that, but you didn't know where Tallahassee was?
Tallahassee has no importance in my life at all.
Oh my God. Let me go today.
Trap music is mainly about selling drugs.
It's music about drugs because
Oh.
it's the rappers are normally drug dealers now or formerly. So T.I. makes trap music. 2 Chainz makes trap music. A lot of people make trap music.
I like T.I. I don't know any of his
I didn't know
music,
that genre
He doesn't
type
mix up.
of.
It's a subject.
But I was, respect it.
but I like it.
Because I can get into, I can maneuver my way through that. I can appreciate that also. I really can. And I think, don't get me wrong, I don't like I think it's came a long way, not to get off the subject, but I can appreciate that because if it's explaining a lot of it, their hustle, the way they maneuver through hard times, the only way they make trap music. Trap music.
You didn't even know what trap music was.
He just explained it.
But he was just saying he could understand it.
I can understand
He
it.
said based off of my explanation of it, he gets why
I get what,
genre.
Is that what they do?
That's what they do.
They're
They talk about
Yeah,
their
experiences. Their
selling
experiences.
drugs.
And I'm not saying their experiences are trying to, hey, we need to do it right now and today. I think a lot of them probably uses their experience from when they were doing it to help others and come out of it. And, I'm going to let you know how my hustle used to be, how we can build from that. Below, we just had one person, unfortunately, just pass away that really was making a difference. And it's sad that he had to pass away for people to really understand that he was trying to make a difference. So that's a whole total.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of
You have to take appreciation for it. I just didn't know what it's called, not understand it. And let me take that back. I do not understand. Relate. I need to start doing a better job of saying relate instead of always understanding.
I don't relate to trap music either. There's nothing wrong with it. People listen to it, they want to. Music can be kind of crazy too. So trapping is all they know, but who am I to judge? I agree, Brandon. I'm with you. So that kind of thing. So I don't even know what we're learning now.
I just know I've laughed more in 3 days than I enjoyed it. So
as far as relationships go, let's roll back like the comedians and go back. I think that it's important. We know it's all important to communicate and everything. But while we're communicating, talk about the end game, the long term. What did you have? I mean, if you're just dating, you're not planning to be married or anything, that's one thing. But if you feel like things are getting serious and then you want to start talking about marriage and having kids, you have to think about the long term end game. Do you want things great the way they are? Are we going to improve them? We want things to get better. You have to decide all that. Are we going to move together on this journey? Are we going to continue to grow and try to make things better? So that's what we want to think about when we're talking about, whether you're dating within your station, because the station can change. You know, sometimes the lights are bright, sometimes the lights are dim. You have to decide which you want to handle, and that's when things become important. And for all means, don't, you know, I'm going to throw this in there, it's a little off subject. If you met someone because they were cheating on their spouse, do not be ashamed. Don't be surprised when they cheat on you. I just feel like I no, if you met someone while they were cheating, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying don't be surprised.
No, because you really don't understand how that came about.
Nah.
No,
if they cheated on their spouse,
no, it's not about that. It's about a relationship that had ended way before, you know, or something like that.
We still legally married and cheat on me.
Well,
where I got a last minute. Marissa was talking about the trap music gives you motivation.
Are we still on that?
Wait, no, I'm responding to it. From Marissa, she said trap music gives you motivation that you can appreciate what people have overcome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so man, I guess if the sound was appealing to me, I could probably listen to the lyrics a little bit more. But it's the
so here's what I told a friend of mine. You know, since I'm creative director for the. But sometimes what I have to do, every choreographer has their own niche. Huh?
Can I introduce you like that?
No. Body doesn't look like it. Oh my God. If y'all take that second. I kind of just walked myself right on into that door. But anyway, try, instead of always saying, oh, I'm not going to get into this song. Sometimes you have to just take the lyrics, read the lyrics, understand what they mean, then try to go back to the song and listen to it. Because it can change your perspective. Or vice versa. I know a lot of choreographers that leave the lyrics alone, just bring the beat so they can hear that boom, or something that you normally won't hear with the lyrics. Then put the lyrics back and see if you have a different appreciation or an understanding towards the song.
Let me tell you this. I went to Trap Music Tuesday at Cyclewalk and looked at all trap music. It was not
or you can listen to
something
more than once, because when Solange, this ain't trap music. Solange put out her new album, I said, this is going to garbage. But now it's one of my favorite albums ever.
I've heard some.
I hated that album the first time. I said, did she play in the studio when she made this? Like, she just sat in the studio and said, I'm going to release whatever I do in this 3-hour session, and we're going to sell it. That's how I felt. I swear to God. And now I know every song on that album.
I think her first CD I really liked.
See that at the table? See that at the table? No, See That at the Table isn't her first CD. But I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, See That at the Table.
We're talking about Beyonce's sister, right?
Yes.
So I didn't know who she was before.
Solange.
It's Solange?
No. It's Solange.
Okay, so for all you Beehive people,
what? Don't start.
Don't even point at this direction.
Start.
Say that.
Conversation we had earlier.
We're not talking long and hard about. We don't have to go in there. Yeah.
No.
Please come to my house. Please, and see what happens. But we ain't going to go there.
No, we ain't going to go there. We love Beyonce. We love Beyonce. We love Beyonce. Rodney says, I disagree with living together with someone that cheated to be with you. Don't be surprised if they cheat on you. What if you wasn't aware they were cheating until deep in the relationship? I would have to say if you got with someone that was cheating, you may not know it, but they know it. So
that's what
I'm saying.
Yeah, he's saying, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, anyway, it doesn't make it right.
Their cheating doesn't matter if you know it or not. This is what they do. So
yeah, it's just what Let's go back to the topic we had 2 weeks ago. If there's an understanding.
No, I don't think that's what Rodney's saying.
Yeah, I know what he's saying.
I think he's saying that he wasn't aware that they were a cheater, and that that makes sense. If you're not aware that they're a cheater,
Yeah,
certainly you
yeah,
can go in
certain
with
things.
those barrels. But the person,
Oh
that
yeah,
they're a
I see
cheater,
what you're saying. Yeah.
Now I understand.
So I wouldn't blame
yeah.
you, Robbie,
I
if
get
you were dating
Yeah.
someone that was a cheater and you
Yeah,
didn't
you
know
don't
it.
know.
Certainly
You
that's
don't
not
know.
your fault.
true.
Yeah,
That's completely different.
So
So yeah.
if they left, if you was the one they was cheating on their spouse with, and now y'all together, you don't need to be surprised. 'Cause that means right. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's what
I was
you
talking
meant.
about, Yeah.
Okay.
That's
No,
what
I'm
was
laughing at the fact that you cracked me up because how many relationships have you been in? It's
I
like
just
3
know
weeks
not.
ago you were like, exactly. That's why I
Not.
keep laughing
That's
because
it.
I'm listening to you. And
I
I'm
listen to
like,
people. I really
You know?
when people are having conversations about stuff that I don't know or I don't have as much experience about. I try to listen to them. I really do.
But I think sometimes I don't want anybody to go
And,
through a
and,
painful
and,
period.
and I'm going to say this.
I think sometimes you need to go through that just to get an appreciation. Not saying that I want you to.
Yeah,
I hope you never.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know,
I'm not.
But I think for some people, I think that experience of all the emotions, we all need to have that at some point. Because everything is not going to be great. There is not a such thing as a perfect relationship. There is not a such thing as we look across the table. They look like they have a perfect relationship because we don't know what's going on in this world. It's going to be a massage, right? So my thing is, just to be aware of, I absolutely love it. And I'm glad you okay? Are you high? No. I kind of wish you.
No. I don't even want to meet myself out.
We do not promote drugs. We do not support.
You may go to a dance club. But Rodney does have it. If you didn't know y'all didn't, excuse me, if y'all didn't know the background, yeah, I sure did. Before. No, if the person didn't know the background and it was never communicated in, obviously the communication is great, I guess. But if it's well known, then more than likely it's going to happen.
That absolutely makes sense. I would say grass isn't greener as it's just grass. So decide what you want to put on your plate. If you think, I'm going to just go over a moment. If you think of life as a plate,
Please.
if you think of life as a plate, you have to decide what you're going to put on that plate. Anything that you put on that plate, you're going to have to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, eventually your plate's going to get full and you're going to get overwhelmed. So keep that in mind. If Oprah had said it, it'd be all over the internet.
Oh, because I was going to ask, did Oprah say that?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a Todd thing, right?
If I ever meet Oprah and she ever sees this, but I feel like sometimes Oprah says some of the most basic stuff, and because it's Oprah,
Right.
Like,
Oh
my
my
God.
Oh my God.
That's what I said last week. I said, if you have a cheeseburger and you
Like,
put the right
seriously.
cheese on that burger, it can change your life. It really can.
Like, what are you talking
I'm
about?
saying if Oprah says something,
I know,
like
that's
that,
what I'm saying.
For a person that loves cheese, it can change your life. I'm gonna laugh at it.
It can.
I put cheese on everything and it does change my life.
See?
So, okay.
Exactly.
Wow, God. Wow.
What was that? The little schoolhouse thing where little
Oh, I need
cream
Oprah.
cheese instead of
I
candy?
need Oprah to call me up and say, oh, the mini gifts for you. I'll be really, really happy, Like, it will change my life. So, yeah. But I never heard about the plate thing.
Because I made that up. That was
Okay.
me.
So, sports. Everybody knows sports.
We don't have anybody on here that listens to sports.
Hey,
I look at sports.
you never know.
Okay.
You never know who is in the audience.
Sports.
Be appreciative. See, this is
Harry Potter kind of
sports.
sports. Went to play Quidditch.
You're almost good at stuff.
Not that type of sport. Wow. Anyway, so the Golden State Warriors won their first playoff game. Very proud. I just want to send a little message out to Kevin Durant. Please watch the technical fouls and the ejections because the playoffs is a little bit different, which I'm sure you know. I'm looking for another ring. So I'm going to say about that. As far as the orange and white Tennessee game, I heard some great things. I was scared to watch, but I heard some great things. But
Wait a minute. Hold on. Robbie.
It is Robbie Brown.
Yes. Robbie's cracking me up. Okay, so I did the cheese analogy because we were saying that if Oprah said it, regardless of how silly or it didn't make sense, it would go viral because she said it. That's all.
You can say the water is
right. If you get the water wet enough, you could drink it and it can give you life. I'm just saying Oprah can say things and it just go viral whether it really makes sense or not. That's kind of the jokes they're making. But yeah, the whole plate thing, that was mine. That's all.
Hey, Rodney. Miss you, man. I like Rodney. Rodney and I go back a good ways.
Yeah.
He's a great person to talk to as far as just social events, pageants, interviewing. He knows his shit. I kind of lost touch. Sorry, life. But he's a very, very good guy. He's helped me out a lot about, when I was into the pageant world and things like that. What to look for, who to trust, not trust. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good job, Rodney. Thank you for looking out for Nathan because he probably needed it back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm That's mine.
All right, so we are over time. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. The moment's passed.
This is called tantrum-like behavior without the tantrum.
Yes, at least I don't have Tourette's.
You are so shady.
Hey, you brought it up. I did. Offline. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what to do with these guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
even Stephen A. Smith said we're over.
All right. So, again, if you're watching the show, share the page, and so we can build our audience, and because that's what we're trying to do. The whole purpose of this show is to have fun and talk about stuff and just give information and also get information. So if you have something that you want to talk about, you want us to do a show about, send us inbox or email or whatever and let us know and we'll design something, We've been having some pretty good shows lately, so we want to keep it going. But definitely share. If you notice my little bracelets here, you can go to at Kick Jules on Instagram. She makes these little bad boys. They're pretty nice. I love them. She's a great lady. She'll make them for you. Just inbox her. They're pretty nice. So they're pretty cool. So keep that in mind. Anything, we're here for you. So we may not always know what we're talking about, and you can certainly feel free to let us know that. I don't always know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be honest about that. They have to own their own behavior. So they may know a little bit more than me. But we're definitely here for you. So thank you for joining us on the Blunt Truth. We're going to be here with you live on Mondays, streaming live on Facebook, and now we're also streaming on YouTube. So you can catch the shows on YouTube. Just put in the Blunt Truth. And we're sure the first episode was aired tonight on YouTube. So if you know somebody that you want to watch the show and they don't have Facebook, definitely they can do it on YouTube now too. So, we're moving up. So thank you for joining us. And until next time, you don't have anything to say?
I absolutely have nothing to say because you told me to be quiet a long time ago.
Did I say be quiet?
Yeah, you interrupted my sports section.
I don't recall the details of that.
I think I was reading what your friend that has taken care of you all these years was saying. I was responding.
I don't recall.
I was reading what Rodney's comments.
I don't recall.
It's okay.
I'm trying to say neutral. I'm Jeff Sessions tonight. I don't recall.
You know what I'm trying?
You have nothing in the cup. Why you keep picking it up?
It's a little bit of
There's
water.
nothing in there. Oh my God.
It
You
is
did
ice
that
in here.
3
It's
times?
melting. So I'm drinking it.
And you fly it around. So what happens if there was something in there?
So
You
it's just ice.
love you, dude.
Goodbye. Y'all have a great night. Stay tuned next Monday live at 7 p.m. for the next month's truth, and I'll be sending out the topic soon. So we're here for you. Have a great night. You want to say bye?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See y'all later. Thank you.
No, I feel long about it. Say bye.
Have a wonderful night.
Have a wonderful night.
Mhm.
So my thing, it's like, I was talking to a friend on Saturday.